Thanks for tuning back into the Tommy Campbell Show. Yes, I'm Tommy Campbell. I'm still bald, still in my basement, and still laughing at rat-faced schoolyard bully Donald Trump picking a fight with Canada and Mexico, insisting nothing could be done to escape the tariffs, only for him to cave like Don Jr. Septum after a weekend with Pete Hegseth. Here's the front page of the newspaper in Montreal, and I don't know who made this meme that's dominating the internet, but it's perfect because it's totally accurate. Even Fox has trouble holding the golden turd tongs right now.
I'm not too impressed with the Canadian response, frankly. I mean, the fentanyls are, I don't know what that's going to do. And I guess they'll have a few helicopters flying at the border. I mean, it's not nothing, but they were going to get slapped with 25% tariffs, and now those are gone for at least 30 days. I'm not sure what's going to happen in 30 days. Maybe some other concessions, but I think President Trump saw a huge negative reaction to this, as I know you predicted, I predicted, from Wall Street, from the markets, from all the establishment types. Do you think he reacted to that? Or maybe some of his advisors said, whoa, we gotta rethink this?
Yeah, the I'm smarter than the generals guy threatened the two countries that sandwich him and ended up with a taco and a donut stuck to his head. A lot of the response from Sheinbaum, Trudeau, and Canadian leaders has been calm, cool, and actually very funny. For a deep dive on some of the truths behind the stupid trade war, please welcome back a very exclusive guest. Good evening, I'm Tucker Carlson, and tonight I would like to talk to you about the tariff drama between Donald Trump, Mexico, Canada, and China. It's important for me to say Donald Trump because it's unfair to blame all of America when only 49.8% of the votes cast went to him. Over 75 million didn't want this. On July 1st, 2020, the USMCA entered into force, and then during his campaign, he frequently complained about unfair trade. Oh, I made a deal, and I'm gonna blame that deal for everything, even though it's the deal I made. I'm the greatest deal maker. Good news, there's now a fentanyl czar. Bad news, it's either going to be Kevin O'Leary, Nickelback, Ted Cruz, or Peter North. Choose your fighter. Trump voters spent years mocking the nothing burger of a border czar, and the first thing Trump did was fold for the appointing of a fentanyl czar. Where's Peter North? The thing is, the border deal was secured in December, in 2024, last year. This is nothing new. So if you're MAGA and you think Trump won, because he's definitely going to tell you he did, he didn't. Oh, the banks, the banking industry, the banking industry. There are 16 U.S.-based bank subsidiaries and branches holding roughly $113 billion in assets currently operating in Canada. Huh? He keeps moving the goalpost. This was never about fentanyl, but in a Patriot Act sort of way, he needed this crisis to use his emergency powers. Canada makes up just 0.2% of U.S. border fentanyl seizures. And his guy liner wearing vice president and frequent couch pounder J.D. Vance is backing up the big lie, saying Canada has seen a massive increase in fentanyl trafficking across its border. He's sick of being taken advantage of. The guy being taken advantage of is actually J.D. Vance, being forced to blatantly lie to the American people, the people of this country, that a $200 billion trade deficit exists when the figure is more like $68 billion. But if you remove the energy component, take that away, the U.S. has a surplus of $29 billion with Canada. Canada buys more from the USA than China, France, Japan, and the UK combined. There are millions of American jobs that rely on this, and the military relies on this energy. Fighter jets, Hummers. They can't do much when there's nothing to go in the tank because the diapered president is insane. Trump says everything America needs is in America, yet he salivates over Canada and Greenland. But like his own daughter, he can't have it. And for the first time, people are searching for potash, and what they are discovering is shocking. Not everything is abundant everywhere. Food security is national security. But I'm not telling you to put a bunch of hot dogs in a safe for a rainy day or a lonely night. But getting critical minerals from Canada instead of Russia should make a lot more sense. When Canada and Mexico retaliated, markets plummeted because having a symbiotic relationship with open trade is important. The largest liquor purchaser in the world is the LCBO with $7 billion in annual revenue. Doug Ford said he'd remove all U.S. liquor, and he followed through, emptying the shelves and halting purchase orders. But what's really nasty, downright mean, was provinces like British Columbia, where the Premier, David Eby, was more picky and choosy about the boozy, removing all red state alcohol from the shelves, as well as restaurants. What is that about? It is about not punishing those that didn't vote for this mess, and several of the provinces did the same.
And if tariffs are eventually enacted, American consumers have a choice. We don't have to pay for Corona. We can buy Bud, just not Bud Light.
Someone did warn about these tariffs, but he also voted to acquit Donald Trump after the so-called insurrection, and today that person joins. Thanks for being on the show with us, Mitch McConnell.
Now, I understand your days with cable news are behind you, but I'd appreciate it if you address me by the combined super name Elaine and I created. It is McChow, now and forever. I can confirm that I warned President Trump that tariffs will drive the cost of everything up. In other words, it would be paid for by American consumers. President Trump froze the tariffs for a month. And I myself have frozen for as short as 7 seconds to as long as a minute. So I'm well aware of the reality of a public pause. I'm also aware that my state's bourbon is flying off the shelves into a stockroom and down the toilet. It doesn't matter if the tariffs are put on hold, the bottles are not going back. And even if they do, consumers are making a conscious choice. It is not a swipe at the American citizens, but the man in charge. Kentucky produces 95% of the world's supply of bourbon. Deals in the billions with Canada. We always have. Now, based on the social media I've been sent, there is indeed irreversible damage. Consumers feel scorned, rightfully so, and are finding alternatives, be it a domestic product or one of their other allies that doesn't treat them like one of the things Ted Cruz's wife leaves in the yard.
McChow. Mitch.
That was not a freeze. I was reflecting on the Grammy Awards. Kanye's wife wore quite an outfit. And I needed to go there, in my mind. A happy place. Next time Elaine is packing my lunch and she has that Costco cling film roll on the kitchen counter, I may have to bring this up with her. This isn't just a petroleum product to seal my peanut butter sandwich with the crust cut off. It is potentially clothing. You could wear this on date night. Can I get a bump?
There has been a lot of unity among the leaders except for Danielle Smith, the premier of Ted Cruz's birth province. The two of us actually have a history since I sell a lot of tickets in her province because it is the Maple MAGA section of Canada where you will see Trump flags and bumper stickers next to not so nice ones about Justin Trudeau, who I repeatedly suggested was Fidel Castro's son, called a tyrant and a communist, only for it to be uncovered that Russia was lining my designer pockets. Danielle Smith appeared with me on stage during my tour. She recently attended inauguration events and is scheduled to hit up the prayer breakfast. Voters are having some genuine leopards ate my face moments. Do they have leopards in Canada? Beavers ate my face? My face ate a beaver. Demons mauled me in my bed. What is going on? I'm just asking questions. If you like what I do here and you want more, the best way to do that is to throw me what you can as a PayPal tip, drop me a super thanks, join as a member for less than the price of a cup of coffee, and if you are drinking coffee, do it out of one of my new mugs. If all these are out of reach, that's cool. Just share the show with a friend, and if you're ever going to shop Amazon, just go through the link in the description, and I'll get a little kickback. It takes a lot to make an independent show, and I couldn't do it without you.
Doesn't treat them like one of the things Ted Cruz's wife leaves in the yard.
Bad news. It's either going to be Kevin O'Leary, Nickelback, Ted Cruz, or Peter North.
This isn't just a petroleum product to seal my peanut butter sandwich with the crust cut off. If you leave those crusts on, McChow is going to starve. McChow go hungry.
Food security is national security. But I'm not telling you to put a bunch of hot dogs in a safe for a rainy day or a lonely night. But getting
I was merely reflecting on the Grammy Awards. Kanye's wife wore quite an outfit, and I need to go there. A little bit of me time.
Thanks for watching. Please stick around and check out another one of my videos. Say hello in the comments. Find my stand-up on Spotify, streamed by millions, and add me on Facebook and Instagram. It all helps. Be cool, be kind, take care.